Welcome to Sundays with Amber. I'm Amber and this is Cooper. We're really glad to have you here today. For today's practice, grab 2 blocks, a strap, and a blanket. We'll use all of them. Come to a comfortable seated position on your blanket or a pillow if you have that. Sit up really tall, draw your shoulders back. Let's do that a few times. Roll the shoulders forward, up, and back, just making circles. One more time, forward, up, and back. And then draw them back and hold them there. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take a breath. In that head tilt, lift the chin 1-2 inches. Take a breath. A deep breath where you feel it in the collarbones. Rise and fall. And then lower the chin, lift the head, and switch sides. So dropping your left ear to your left shoulder, shoulders still back. Take a deep breath, moving into the collarbones. And then lift the chin 2 inches. And again, deep breath, noticing where you feel this. And then lifting your head to center, sitting up nice and tall. Either looking down to the floor, closing your eyes, but still having the gaze kind of shifted toward the floor, even if the eyes are closed. Deep, full breath in to fill all the way up to the collarbones, the top of the inhale. And then deep, full, slow breath out, all the way down towards your tailbone, if you can imagine the breath, releasing all the way down there. Again, inhale, rise the breath all the way up to the collarbones, your shoulders even. And then when you exhale, all the way down to the tailbone, so slow and smooth with a count. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5. Keep breathing slow and smooth. The quote from Pema Chodron: we can make ourselves miserable or we can make ourselves strong. The amount of effort is the same. In our yoga practice, we create these postures that are uncomfortable. So for some of us, it might feel leaning toward miserable in a sense. So this quote, when you pertain it to what we're doing here, might be confusing. But if you practice and you start to realize that, it might be uncomfortable while you're doing certain things and leaning on potentially miserable, it's after the practice that we feel strong because we've done the practice. And can we distinguish the word miserable from pain? So if it's pain, you back away. But if it's just an uncomfortable, staying with it, this is what we do in the practice. You take that one step further into our minds and watching our thoughts. We can make ourselves miserable or we can make ourselves strong. The amount of effort is the same. What thoughts are you cultivating? Are you entertaining? So the thoughts might come in, but then which ones are you choosing to focus on and put your effort toward? Are they thoughts that are making you miserable, or are they thoughts that are making you stronger? And place your hands at your heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your mat today, just becoming aware of your physical body and your mind in relation to being an observer. So you're watching what arises, what comes up, and what you entertain, what you put effort toward. Okay, open your eyes and let's come onto our hands and knees. On your hands and knees, before you actually set up into table, grab that blanket and open it up so you have a little padding for your knees, since we'll be there for a little bit. And then come right onto your hands and knees with your knees on the blanket and your hands on your mat. Spread your fingers evenly so you have an even amount of space between each finger. And even that awareness it's subtle, right? But this is where we start in noticing how we place our hands on the mat. Inhale, reach your chest forward, lift your sit bones up. Exhale, round your back and look towards your belly, cat pose. The tail points down. Again, inhale, lower your belly even though you're keeping it engaged. So the navel draws up, reach your chest forward. Exhale, round your back, the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Last one. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Remember, smooth, long breaths. Exhale, round your back. Come to neutral. Grab your 2 blocks and place them under your hands. And it could be any level depending on how your body feels. So really let that be the guide. Step your right foot forward and then move your pelvis forward. Right? And if you're really kind of rounding your back a lot or it's uncomfortable, put the blocks up a little bit higher so that you can keep the chest a little bit more open in the lunge. Walk the blocks back so maybe the top of the block is in line with your heel. Come up onto your fingertips, your thumb tips, take a breath in. Exhale, straighten your right leg and move into half splits. Flex the foot. Let's go in between those two. Inhale, bend the knee. Keep the heart lifted. Move the pelvis forward. Exhale, hinge of the hips, straighten the right leg and fold. Last one. Inhale, bend the knee, come forward into the lunge. And as you exhale, straighten your right leg, move the hips back. Now this time, inhale, come to the lunge, hold it, hold the lunge, and then really put your mind's eye in your right heel and press the right heel down. And as you kind of stamp the right heel down, start to drag your left knee towards your right heel, like pull it forward so that you feel something activate or strengthen in your right hamstrings. So within this posture that's like really cultivating flexibility, you're almost trying to engage a certain level of engagement, of muscle contraction in the right hamstrings as you hug the left knee and the right foot toward each other. And again, you can bring the blocks up a little bit higher to help you do that. And I want you to try to hold that. So you're developing that strength in a pose. It might be hard. It might feel uncomfortable. Might be challenging physically and mentally. Just try it. And that focus there. Take one more breath. Now come back into your half splits. Straighten your right leg. Now that's kind of lengthening and opening the right hamstrings. Flex your right foot and press now your heel, your right heel down to the floor. You're still stamping it. Press it down and notice what it does to the back of the leg. Maybe engages a little bit there as you press down and just hold that, pressing the right heel down, reaching your chest forward. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. That's it. Bend your knee, step your right knee back and your left foot forward. You're in the lunge and you can have the blocks any height on this side to start. moving between the two postures. Lift your chest, take a breath, move the pelvis forward. When you exhale, straighten the left leg, and then notice, does this side feel a little bit different? You can move the blocks back. Inhale, bend your knee, reach your chest forward. Exhale, straighten the left leg, fold. Slow the breath. One more. Inhale, bend the knee, heart reaches forward, pelvis moves forward too. Exhale, straighten the leg. Now this time, inhale, bend the knee, stay in the lunge and do the same thing. Press your left heel down. When you do that, it might feel like you lift up a little bit. Press the left heel down and then start to drag or tug the right knee forward until you feel something happening in the hamstrings on the left side. Okay, and then continuing to do that, steady your gaze at one spot. Slow your breath down. So your awareness is with your breath, but also in your body in this area, trying to cultivate the engagement in this way. One more breath. Right, and then straighten your left leg. Walk the blocks back. Same thing, other side. Press that left heel down so you're still stamping. It's different than if you were to not do that or like let the foot push forward. So press it down and notice where you feel that. And notice if it does feel challenging. And some of these subtle cues, it will feel challenging mentally just as much as physically to try to do these things that maybe you have never really considered before. It's heightening your sensitivity and your awareness, which can feel vulnerable. We mistake sometimes that vulnerability as a weakness or something that's miserable. But it's like we're strengthening that muscle. So it's going to be uncomfortable at first. Take one more breath. Okay, and then bend the knee. Walk the blocks forward. Put them on the second level. Come back to table position. Place your blocks outer shoulder distance apart on the second level. So first level, second level, third level. We'll do second level. Place your elbows middle of the block so that they don't tip to one side or the other. Interlace your last fingers. Point your index finger straight up to the sky and then start to walk the knees back a little bit, lowering your chest. So it becomes like a chest shoulder opener. Press the elbows down like you did your heels. Stamp the elbows down. And you might feel a lift under the armpit when you do that. And kind of cultivate that. Press the elbows down, find that lift on the armpit, and then at the same time, soften, release your chest, not your head. Keep your ears in line with your arms. Press the elbows down. And then 2 deep breaths into the collarbones, into the shoulders here, like you were doing in the beginning with the count. Rise it up to your collarbones, your shoulders on the inhale. And then allowing the breath to kind of ride down the spine toward the tailbone when you exhale. One more. And then walk your knees forward to come out of this. Push the elbows down more. Lift up, lift up. Come up onto your hands. Put the blocks to the side for a moment. You're going to move those right out of the way. Come back to table. Step your left foot back, press the heel back, and then lift your right foot up, pivot on that knee, step the foot behind, and open up to one of the sides of your mat. So your right hand is down, your right knee down, your left foot down, and they're all kind of in a straight line. Okay, firm your left leg, lift your left arm up, and then turn your left palm toward your left foot and then back. So that's an internal rotation, letting the shoulder kind of roll forward. Press the right hand down. Now externally rotate, turn the palm back toward your left foot and then forward, all the way forward. So the head of the shoulder will move back. You see that? And then sweep the arm overhead in that rotation. Take a deep breath. Press the left foot down, reach the left fingers the opposite direction. And as you press your right hand down, shift weight to your right foot and then lift your left leg up. Flex the foot. Okay, flex your left foot. Keep reaching in the two directions from your left foot and your left fingers. Deep breath. When you exhale, plug your navel to your spine and begin to point your tail towards your left heel. Sweep your left arm back behind you. Keep the core engaged, and then bend your left knee and reach back and maybe grab the foot. Maybe not. Maybe you're trying to. But if you grab the foot, hold on lightly. Kick the foot back with your core engaged so you're not displaying everything out. There's an engagement as you kick the foot back. Widen your collarbones. Maybe look up. Take one more breath. Extend the leg, extend the arm, come back to table. Let's do the other side. So you're back onto your hands and you step the right foot back. Pivot on the left knee and then tamp the right foot down. Now your left hand, your left knee, and your right foot are in one line. Reach your right hand to the sky. Press through both hands in opposite directions and then turn your right palm back towards your right foot. Let the head of the right shoulder move forward as you turn the palm back behind you. And then externally rotate. Turn the palm forward to the top of the mat, and then the head of the shoulder rolls back. Sweep the arm overhead. Stretch from foot to fingers. Take a deep breath. Shift your weight to your left hand, and then pick up your right leg. On your exhale, pull the navel in and allow the tail to point toward your right heel. Sweep your right arm back behind you. Bend your right knee, and maybe you're just reaching for it or grabbing it. Keep your core engaged as you kick the foot back. Widen your collarbones and maybe look up. You move like the shoulder blades closer together on your back here. One more breath. Extend the arm, the leg. Come back onto your hands and knees. Lower all the way to your belly. Come all the way down. Point your toes. Reach your hands back behind you for locust. Firm your legs. Lift your left leg up. Reach the toes back. Lower down. So it's almost like you'd lengthen that leg. And then do the same with the right. Lift up, reach back, and then down. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, draw the shoulder blades on your back, and then start to lift your arms up. You're flying. Lift both legs up. Stay here or bend both knees, flex your feet, and reach back, and you can stay there. Or reach back and grab your feet. Push the feet back and up. Reach your chest forward and up. Try to slow the breath down. Long, smooth breaths. One more. And then slowly, slowly lower all the way down. Take a moment. You can make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on the pillow. Deep breaths. Slide your hands by your rib cage. Inhale, cobra. Lift your chest. Exhale, child's pose. Move back. Your hips to your heels. Deep breath into the belly now. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Come up to a seat and fold your blanket up again or use your pillow. We'll come right back to where we were. Cross-legged seated position. Grab your strap. And as you come into a cross-legged seated position, take your strap out into like a V shape, your arms. Some people say this is like a W shape too. And take it out and try to tug the strap. So you feel something happening in your collarbones and your shoulder blades. Keep tugging. Inhale, reach the arms up. Keep tugging. Notice if your wrists are kind of turned in like this. See if you can turn the knuckles out. And then tug. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, move the arms back and down. Now, if you're really like bending your elbows a lot to get it back there, take the hands wider. Just make it wider. And then move the hands back and down like that. Still tugging on the strap. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, down and forward. One more. Inhale, reach up, tug, tug, tug. Exhale, reach it back. Feel it in your shoulders, in your chest. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, come all the way forward. You could put the strap to the side, hands on your knees. Just let that go. Observe how that feels in your upper body. Let that be kind of the priority, noticing that. Take a twist to the right, the left hand on the right knee, right hand back behind you. Still try to maintain the widening of your collarbones here. And look over your right shoulder. If that feels okay, you can look at the side wall. Deep breaths. Come forward, switch the cross of your legs. Put the other ankle in the front and then twist the other way. Interesting. Widen your collarbones. Either look over your left shoulder or look toward the side wall. Breathe deeply. Okay, unwind. Place your hands on your legs, on your knees or your thighs, wherever feels good. Right where we started, beginning of the practice. Look down with your eyes open or closed. And then sitting, as you observe the quality of your breath now and maybe the more openness in the upper body since we've kind of focused on that part. And sitting with the quote one more time. We can make ourselves miserable or we can make ourselves strong. The amount of effort is the same. Pema Chodron. As you sit for just a few moments, observing the thoughts that come in, allowing this quote to be a guide for your intention. Just being still with that observation. You sit for as long as you like. If you prefer to lay down, feel free to do that. And then whenever you're ready, give yourself some time there, but whenever you're ready, you have a really nice rest of your day. And thank you so much for watching. And for those of you that watch every week, thank you for continuing to do that and leaving comments so that I know how it's affecting you. And that feedback is really, really wonderful. So thank you for that. And I will see you next week on Sundays with Amber.